Going.
Okay, so we're back. Let me tell you a sad story about what just happened.
Heartbreaking.
I think my phone is out of storage. I don't really know why it stopped recording, but it literally stopped recording right before Taylor Bratt ran in here and screamed, "Go Cats!" into
I don't believe
the
it.
camera. Oh, Flando.
I moved out of the frame. It was a good time.
It was awesome.
He talked specifically about recruits on record.
Yeah, he told us, told us
names,
all about
phone number. None of this is true. I mean,
all of the commits that K-State has that you don't know about. No.
Brett did come in here. That part was true. The rest,
Yeah.
he did come on camera too. The rest was made up. Sorry.
He came and yelled, "Go Cats!" I'm sorry that for some reason my stupid phone messed up there, but we have to run fairly quickly, so this is going to be a much shorter video this week, but we're going to get to your questions, so rapid fire.
Real fast. Scott Wildcat has a few good ones. Asks if we are personally process or results driven. We were answering this in the last one, and I won't go as long as I did last time. I'm a big believer in the process thing. I even stopped Coach after the presser to tell him why I asked that question, because I've had some experience in the past with those two mindsets. I think people who are process driven are significantly more successful. If you're only results driven, you find yourself changing your belief in what's right all the time. So process.
Yeah, I mean, I try to be process driven,
Are
but
you driven at all?
well, you know, I drive a Camry. I don't know what that means. I would just say that I probably haven't been as aware of which one I am most of the time until Chris Klieman came in and caused me to be aware of that in the Pound the Stone book. That's what I started to say that 4 times before we realized that this thing wasn't recording. But I really like that book, which is something that Ben Newman really preaches, who's the motivational speaker kind of a guy. What up, Logan? That is used by the football team. And I would highly suggest anybody check out that book. There's a lot of that kind of same sentiment in there that I really enjoy. So I'm trying to be, Scott, to answer your question, much more process aware than what I was previously.
Next one real fast from Scott asked about the confirmation of Sammy Wheeler tearing his ACL, which is true. Something Derek wrote about 2 weeks ago. We may have got cut off of that, I don't know. But it is true, and he asked how much does it suck that he's going to miss spring ball. It sucks. I mean, Sammy Wheeler's the guy who was making a lot of progress. For guys that played tight end a bunch, the spring was going to matter. It doesn't mean he can't be a contributor. He's still a young guy. It's going to be okay long term. But yeah, it sucks. Because of the growth I think he could have had in the spring going into next year myself.
Yeah, I hadn't even really thought about that, but that was a good point that was made today by Klieman, that he'll be out for spring ball because, I mean, look, they threw Sammy Wheeler in at tight end for the first time last spring, and he got to the point where he could actually contribute a little bit at tight end this year. He's somebody that is not like the road grader tight end that can go out and actually catch the ball and do some things in the passing game. So that is disappointing because we've said over and over again, tight end is one of the places that they need to get better.
Yep, no doubt. Next one, I'll ask you this one, Kurt. This is from Scott Ackerman. That's at Scotty Ack if you want to follow him.
What up, Scott?
Was it dark purple or black for the script? It's dark purple, right?
I'm pretty sure it's dark purple.
It's very dark, but I think it's dark purple.
I can see why you would look at it and say, is that black? But I just imagine that it has to be dark purple.
Right.
I don't, the Power Cat's a pretty dark shade of purple that's used there. So I think it has to be. I'd be very surprised if it is black, but you just think about the aesthetic of the uniform. I'm sure they're trying to match up purple with purple.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. Scott asks about us, knowing about the helmet coming for a good period of time. Are we surprised at all at how some mad the folks are? It's a great question. I think we kind of talked about it to start, the video. I'm personally a little surprised. Maybe I'm naive though. I am naive actually, but I'm a little surprised. Yeah.
A little bit. I knew that there would be some pushback, and maybe I would say that I'm probably not as in tune with it as you guys are because you've been reading the message boards about it. I haven't really had much of a chance to the last couple of days, like Sunday, Monday. I try to detach a little bit.
Kind of.
It's not always the most successful thing in the world, but yeah, I've been surprised that some people seem to be so stringent about it. And I guess I'll say this: the surprise to me is that it seems like a lot of people are treating it like it's not just a one-game thing here. Like this is a one-off thing. It's not like this is going to become the norm and Cats helmets are going to be coming in all shades and colors. And no, it was one thing that they could do this year when they have limited uniform options. Yep. That's another thing I've seen. Well, why not just do something unique and different? And well, this was something that they had available to them, able to use here on short notice without having Nike be able to put together, whatever it's going to be for next year moving forward. So I think on short notice, it fits the theme of the 150 years of college football, that whole celebration that they're doing. I think it makes a lot of sense. And I am just surprised that there are some that seem to be treating it as a more permanent, that it's really a permanent mark on the Power Cat. You're still going to see the Power Cat everywhere.
You're only 5 minutes in.
Okay, Flando's playing us off the stage. Flando, could you just strike up the band and like play some music to get us off the stage? We'll just walk off, exit stage left.
He's actually, everyone, instead of just like humming, he's actually going to the trouble of looking up music on his phone. So I'll kill time and ramble until then. We're going to go talk to Bruce Weber. Kurt's already talked to him yesterday. Right. He was kind of the scoop on Bruce. So we'll go do
I did. I can tell you that. So Xavier Sneed still had soreness in his foot. It's like ankle, bottom of the foot. That's the issue there. Cartier Jada hyperextended his knee, but it seemed Bruce didn't act like it was like a huge deal. And he also said, how about this?
The Murphy thing?
The Montavious Murphy thing. He said 2 weeks into practice, he looked at the assistant coaches and told them they might have to redshirt Montavious Murphy because he was having such a hard time at that point. And now you look at the way Montavious Murphy's contributing. I mean, they don't win that game at UNLV without him.
No, and that was 100% news to me. I did not know that. Kurt's found that out first. I'd been asking some questions in pressers because I'd heard that he'd struggled in practice, trying to find out how much, but I never had gotten anything that said to that point, and that was really neat to hear because I didn't know that, but I'd wondered if that was the case, so to hear that was fascinating. And then like Kurt said, the work he's done to get where he's got, and won in overtime against Vegas for that to help with that win. Great for Monty Murphy, for sure. Do you have music for us, Flanders?
Okay, play us off the stage. All right.
We're going to change this too.
Yeah, we're taking this away.